Hi-ho, it's me again! Did you miss me? Guess what, nerds? It's that time again! It's my birthday! You know what that means? It's time to wish me, and System Shock 2, a happy 25th! Yeah, truth be told, shit like this only happens once in a lifetime, and Klonoa can hold off for another year. I honestly haven't had a proper idea of what I'd be covering for Klonoa. Maybe the GBA duology? I'm definitely not letting Legendary Star Medal off the hook. It'll get a big video someday. Trust me. But for this year's Blem Day Birth Blemere, bust my ass off for my own day Palooza, it's all about System Shock, baby. Now, if you're an attentive little creature with your own 2 eyes and possibly fuzzy ears, you might remember that after my Nira video, I did a teaser for System Shock 2, primarily. To cut things really short, I managed to blow through System Shock 2 and 1 a lot faster than I thought I would. Now, I was going to do a video on both of them together, you know, rearrange the plans a little bit, but I'm going back on my original plan, so a lot of this is a little bit of shifting and fucking around with plans. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm out here just trying to make shit work, okay? I just got back from Anthrocon. Hi. Honestly, I'm struggling to remember how I brought myself to System Shock. I know I started with 2 back in, like, 2015? Wait, 2015? Really? God damn. I'm not entirely sure why I got it. Maybe it was because of BioShock Infinite? I know I was playing that and thoroughly enjoying it when I was like, what, 14, 15, 16, I think? But I honest to God can't tell you how I managed to find myself here in this moment like I could with Freedom Planet or Legend of Legacy. Truth be told, I'm just here in this moment with you. I can tell you one thing though. Shock is a series I love to my core, and it's even something I'd play to calm down if I ever needed it. It's got a certain click with me that I can try to explain, but I think I'll leave that till much later. Gotta give you something to wait for, don't I? Horror games are pretty neat, man. There's something about these games and how they are that just tickle my brain in just the right ways. That games that come after it and even from it can't really itch. It's an interesting feeling to say the least. I got a lot floating around in my fuzzy head. Just give me time to sift through those thoughts and give them form. Alright, let's get right the fuck into it. I'm ready to run the fuck back into the Von Braun. It's time to start picking up a wrench and start smashing some malformed skulls in. And most of all, it's time to take a nap? Wait, huh? What do you mean by...
We welcome you to our biomass.
We invite you to spread yourself out on our warmth.
One of our many will be there to help you before long.
System Shock 2 was released on my birthday, August 11th, 1999, and it makes a whole lot of changes from Shock 1. A lot of changes. The game is slower, it's got RPG elements, it's got builds. It also now properly pioneered the genre we now know as immersive sims. If you don't know what those are, basically, player choice the video game. This game is full of so many systems and reactive elements that it's honestly incredibly impressive. All the while, as you can probably see, the game is significantly more comprehensive just from a glance. If you ever want to start here for Shock, that's entirely fine since you don't really need the first game in order to enjoy this one. Knowing where the story goes and how it flies from the first adds weight, but if you're not aware of anything, it's fine to jump on in like I did and fall in love. Now, let me hit you with a bit of a rundown for the audio logs in this game in particular, before I start talking about Shock 2's more involved story. The logs tend to follow a certain structure, if you can notice. The relevant ones, the ones that tell you about what's going on in the station, and the ones that tend to be a bit more flavorful.
Whose idea was it to bring 150 chimpanzees on board anyway?
There are more logs attached to the story this time around, since in this game, there's a large-scale infestation going around, and because of it, there's more subplot logs. Predominantly, the son of Edward Diego, William Diego's subsequent infection, and Wilforce's rejection of the parasites in his body. The lovers coming together on the station and soon trying to make their way out of it while you're out on your run through the game. There's the martial law going around, and the investigation of the parasites and what they do. If I can bring them up in any way throughout the story, I will try to, but there's also a lot to go through, and I don't want to drag out this video any more than I have to. On a bit of a time crunch, unfortunately! The game starts with an FMV. Fuck that! We're going chronologically! 4 years ago! You, as a creature, are looking to be assigned to a branch of the military, with the ability to learn how to play the game via optional tutorials. After you pick your branch, build, you are then thrust into a ship, and each little choice you make puts you into a year's worth of training. Pick your 3 starting bonuses. These all vary from what branch you pick. Also, if I'm gonna hit you with these branches, OSA is Psi, which is the magic of this game. Navy is stats, along with stats that interface with the game's subsystems. Marines is just straight key stats and weapons. If you really need some help with playing a game that has selectable difficulties that you can change on the fly, pick this one. Just go for it. Don't think about it. Also, depending on your choices here, it can affect your loadout once you get into the game itself. Once you've made your choices and spent your time and got your stats, your ass is sent into the Von Braun, as per video advertisement.
The Von Braun, the first starship in history capable of traveling at faster than light speed, will undertake her maiden voyage. This incredible journey is the result of teamwork between the UNN Protectorate and the incredible scientific minds at the newly relicensed Tri-Optimum Corporation.
You fucking what? You're loaded with military training, military-grade cybernetic implants, and all invited by William Bradford Diego and transferred onto the Von Braun. And with it, 5 long months of sleep. Cryogenic sleep. Something is going on inside the Von Braun. Something disgusting, cruel, violent. Awoken from your below room temperature eepy sleepies is a woman in your head, filling you in on the situation.
Dr. Janice Polito of the computer ops staff of the Von Braun. You're safe for the time being. You're recovering from the effects of surgery and will be unable to remember any of the events of the last few weeks. You're on board the starship Von Braun and something's gone very, very wrong. Some kind of force has hijacked this ship. That's why you volunteered to be implanted with some experimental cybernetic implants.
And as soon as your ass is up and filled in and told where to go, shit's exploding and you need to move! Pillage the body, grab that card, grab that reminder that this is 90s, punch in that fucking code, and boom, we're safe and ready to explode.
Just like something work for me. I'll set the new code to 45100. That should be easy enough to remember.
I punched in the code with my numpad and things are getting worse. Crawl on into that vent, grab a power cell, charge it, and boom, we're in the clear. Mostly, you're given a rundown on your stats, which I'll cover very quickly. Stats are stats. Those are your base numbers that you can upgrade. Side, magic. All of the magic. Weapons, upgrades towards weapon mastery and being able to use weapons in the first place. Tech, that's where all the subsystems be at, baby. And his last words were, "Hackin', how we feeling, baby?" I'm a fucking idiot. The only way you're upgrading these is if you've got cybernetic modules, which you'll be rewarded with after finishing objectives and finding them around the station. If you're patient with them, you can stockpile these and have a nice and relaxing time thinking on what to upgrade. Now, what do I want to build? Another playthrough? Maybe? Possibly? This is the first step to finding and meeting Janice Polito, the woman in your head. And it starts in medical. Huh. Just like Systems 1. Cute. Time to wander, kill, search, pick up, and stumble across progression once more and find that there's a fuck power cell. After destroying a camera, should mention this right now. Systems 1's cameras were literally objects to destroy in order to unlock doors for extra goodies. And here in Systems 2, they're actively a nuisance, since being in their sight for too long calls out enemies. So be careful when waltzing about, channel your inner gunslinger and just shoot once, and don't think about it afterwards. Or twice. Or 3 times. If your aim is shit. And then you suffer the consequences. Or, if you spec the points in, you could hack them and turn them against enemies. Your choice, gamer. All that's left to do is charge this power cell at... Oh. Oh, this room makes me uncomfortable. Shit! Okay. Through that panic, Polito hits you with the deets that you can make progress via the maintenance access tunnels on this floor because the elevators are fucked. However, you gotta find the code since it's locked, and that means finding Dr. Watts since he has the code. I don't like the way that robot looks. It unnerves me. Over onto the other sector of Med to find Grossi in person, or whatever. I just need a keycard, man. While wandering, the ship's AI, Xerxes, is on to you, and proclaims something about, she tried to wipe out your species, and now you do her bidding. You will never know the depth of my hatred for lab monkeys on a space station. Never. Ignore the ghosts. They're cool. They're dying now. Don't know what that's all about. A bit of wandering and having more voices in my head.
What is a thought compared to a
Mind. Our unity is full of wonder.
It is full of wonder, which your tiny individualism cannot even conceive.
The keycard is pillaged, and it's off to find Watts in his room! Crap, he ain't here. Well, at least I got a keycard. Time to go wherever this card opens up. I should mention by this point with the audio logs that there's a lot of curiosity surrounding whatever the fuck these things are. Some people have begun monitoring the behaviors and taking notes of the recently infected. Some have already started to have it take hold as they speak of the joy of their song.
The time is 16:30. Autopsy subject A. Watson. Now we're going to make the first incision in... Hold him down. I'm trying! I'm trying!
If that means anything. Ominous, but just sounds like some bullshit. It seems Polito managed to find some kind of AI and managed to get something out of its...
Marie, I'm sorry I've been out of touch, but I've been working on that artifact Bayless brought back from Tau City 5. I've done a level 3 analysis on it. I think it's some kind of artificial intelligence. I've managed to pull an audio tag file out of its memory. I'll let you be the judge.
No. You didn't. Are you?
Marie, I think it's speaking English.
No point in thinking about it when I've already got a man already dead and the undead seeking to make me one of the many dead who are undead but still aren't completely dead. Engineering is the place to- Engineering's the place to be! The goal is to give power back to the ship, and how do we do that? A number of things, really. One, we gotta make sure the radiation's out of the picture, and that's done via... Oh boy! Meat! Ominous! They speak of joy and they speak of mass, whereas I do not care! I have a gun! Find a key card off a dead body, find some codes, punch them in, and expand the area to find a module that'll allow some power to be brought back to the station. Slam that bitch in, hit a big old button, and run on down further into engineering. Turn on some other shit, man. I don't know, and boom, the big old main power will be back online. Time for some log mentions now. William Diego has been possessed by the many. And more and more and more people are becoming what I've been killing with devious backshots.
some ways, the many is not unlike the UNN. There's a joy in working towards a collective goal, and being able to put aside the things that draw us apart and make us separate. Why do we fear the loss of our individuality so much? Man can dream, but the many can accomplish.
This is also where the lover subplot comes into play, where they're madly in love with each other, and they want to be together and leave this place, and kiss and smooch and talk about date nights and call each other pet names like Snooky Wookie Pookie Snookums. In less anguish-inducing terms, they're trying to find each other and find the means to escape this hellhole.
Stay where you are, Beck. I mean it. This isn't something you can fight. This isn't something you can run from. If you love me, you won't come looking for me. Just hang tight. I won't let you down.
Oh boy, I can't wait to meet a robot woman! I want to go to fourth floor. I want to meet woman. I want to meet woman. What do you mean, shaft inaccessible? Fine, I'll go to floor 3. Fuck! Ooh, the fuck is all of that? Whatever this all is, it's blocking passage to deck 4, so I gotta root it out, and... Are those eggs? Okay, so if you don't want to be wandering around looking for something to do here, come in this room, grab this thing, and have Polito to tell you to stop right there and be a good boy or girl or NB or whatever gender you identify as, and listen to what Mama Polito has to tell you. Okay, honey?
Okay, stop where you are. There's a vial of an experimental material called Toxin A. It was developed by the Psi Step to reduce the growth of the aliens, but I can't find any data on how you should use it. You should be able to research the toxin. I'm uploading you enough cyber modules to acquire the research skill if you don't have it.
The voices are back. And they speak of babies. Why babies?
Babies must rest.
On this level, there's an origin to the creepy robot women with bob cuts and expose everything. Once the parasites begin to take control of the person they're infesting, they really got to work on the people on the station and really went to town.
Mark, what's going on? I thought it was weird when you asked me to send up 16 of my female staffers, but what have you done with them? I'm short-handed up here. Also, have you heard from Watts, Sanger, or Polito? It's like...
I've chosen Nurse Bloom as the new mother to our children. She is sweet and kind, healthy and a perfect match. She has a child of her own back on Earth. She knows what it is to care for the young. Ave Maria. If she only knew what the future held. She shared the joys of the many.
These aren't people anymore. They're just a horrifying creation of the many that seek to protect their ilk. By the way, those eggs, don't get too close to them. They'll hatch either into little worms, flies, or just expose you to toxins, and you'll never entirely know which one it'll be. Alright, the shit's researched, and it's time to get moving. Polito is... sounding odd.
Why do you go so slowly? Do you think this is some kind of game? It is only through luck and my continued forbearance that you are even alive. Now move.
Now that we're at the end of this area, it's time to run through the logs again. And at this point, the people are beginning to malform and change. Their ideas are not their own. Their wills are losing sentience. They themselves aren't them anymore. They're they as this goes on.
I'm changing. My head is full of wonderful ideas and experiments. They have so many miracles to share, so much knowledge to give. They told me how to make this implant. They said it would make a better me of me. I wish I had more time so I could give it to them.
Also, that AI that Polito and Delacroix are discussing about, it seems to be something awfully familiar.
Marie, this is urgent. It seems the AI from Tau Ceti has integrated itself into the ship's computer. I picked up this fragment today.
Insolent.
Not only that, but after I found the fragment, I returned to my lab to find it ransacked. I must see you. You're the only one I trust now. I have a theory about this AI. I tried to find information about the various rumors regarding the events on Citadel Station. I think I'm on.
But it's best to keep things quiet about that. William Diego was off losing his mind and losing himself to the mass. Krenchkin... he...
There. The young ones are all aboard. Captain Diego and I have sealed off Deck 3.
He and I are now of one mind. Our bodies are changing too. Sometimes it hurts terribly. And sometimes it is marvelous. Something wonderful.
Please don't.
Glory to the many.
I am a voice in their choir.
Look! Arachnophobia from 1999! And the elevator's fixed! Now let's move! Here we are. It's time to meet Polito.
The Polito form is dead, insect.
No.
What is it you fear?
The end of your trivial existence.
When the history of my glory is written, your species shall only be a footnote to my magnificence.
Why are you back?
I am Shodan.
Yeah, that AI that Polito and Delacroix were talking about and finding on Tau Ceti 5, it was fucking Shodan! And she's here to force my hand on her will! Fucking bitch. Okay, so to cut a longish story short, after the Grove that the hacker launched got shot out into space, it landed on a remote planet called Tau Ceti 5, and the abominations on the Grove began to gain sentience and evolve. The many are literally a part of Shodan's creations that want to break away from Shodan and destroy her. Shodan, being who she is, wants to put them back in line and erase them for disobeying and going against their creator. Now it's a matter of conquest against the many and taking control of the Von Braun and the Rickenbacker. Also, the reason you have everything you got going on and why the many are saying you're helping the Machine Mother? Shodan. Shodan is the reason you are the way you are with the implants. So in a literal way, you have something of Shodan inside of you.
My children have co-opted the 3 simulation units on this deck. They use their power to conceive a mutagen that will transform the meat of your dead comrades into hunter-killer hybrids.
I will not allow this to happen.
You must find some way to reprogram the sim units. Matters on Deck 5 also require your attention. Approach your work as you see fit. But accomplish, human. Disappointment
is not something I will accept from a space.
Eat a dick, you godless megalomaniacal piece of code! The goal is now to find and kill these cyborg assassins and steal their SIM card units and jack the system from Xerxes and acquire control. The more you do here, the more I, half-jokingly, call Shodan AI Mommy. Why? Oh, that's simple! She degrades you and sort of compliments you while giving you cybernetic modules. She pats my head and calls me a disgusting, putrid mass of flesh that doesn't deserve to walk the earth, and I just nod and get on with my day.
You are a remarkable example of a pathetic species.
I'm uploading some more cybernetic modules.
I think now would be a good time to have a small conversation about horror games real quick, since I'm already going off track. System Shock is a horror game that really calms me down. There's no point in this game that I thoroughly felt terrified or on edge. I'm just wandering a desolate space station with a gun in my hand, and that's all there really is to it. Sure, there are games that make you feel entirely helpless, but I don't play those since I think the gameplay loop that surrounds them isn't very fun, and they don't interest me. Unless it's this fucking thing. Let me give you an example real quick. Signalis! Okay, bear with me for a minute, I'm onto something, okay? Sure, this is a game that looks like this. Sounds like this. And has themes and imagery like this. But there's something serene in all of this. Something I don't know if I can entirely explain or put my finger on, but I'm gonna try. Despite all that is about Signalis and the games it pulls from, the often quiet hallways with ethereal music every so often to take away from the tension is something that consumes me. Sure, the monsters are wholly horrifying and they make awful, awful noises. And avoiding them should fill me with tension and dread, but like, I have legs, I have a shotgun, I'm fine, I'm Gucci. Step the wrong way and you shall perish! Whore, I am in danger, I'm going to get jumped. There are things that are running at me, but I'm fine. I will be fine. And the ambience that carries me throughout my walks is something that puts me at ease. Maybe it's my funny little ADHD brain, or maybe I'm onto something, but Systems hits that idea for me perfectly. It just has more going on to engage my brain. There's something deeply soothing in these desolate halls of viscera and the undead that walk with me. The colors are just dim enough to feel nice, the search and seize gameplay, and the atmosphere, while deeply unsettling at times, is something that I love. I have my wits, I have my guns, I have my skills, I am walking with blood on my feet, but I am content here in these halls. Like, just sit here and watch for a minute, and try to see what I see, okay? If not, I understand completely. And if anything, I'm curious how you lot handle some horror games. I know I'm not alone in this mindset. Point is, I'm not scared. And I'm chilling the fuck out in desolate space stations. Back to the game. Finding and killing and snagging the chips is easier said than done, since these motherfuckers run! And in some ways, they run you through traps! Sneaky dicks. Since we're also here, this is where the game starts using corpses against you, since the annelids, yes, that's their name, are now hiding within the bodies. Yes, you now have to mind the bodies you're searching, cause worms could just fucking pop on out of them. Now then, when you get them all, slam them into each one of the terminals.
This is Xerxes. At Urge 100, there will be a poetry reading by Protocol Unit 3.
Okay, we're Gucci. Now, before we leave Deck 4, we gotta hit up the logs once again, and on Deck 4, there was a little thing introduced called martial law.
As of this time, I am declaring a state of martial law on the Von Braun. All primary subsectors of the ship will be locked down and only accessible by security access cards. If anybody is found to be interfering with the normal operations of the ship or impedes the work of the security forces, they will be shot on the spot.
It was introduced by Big Bitch Bronson over here, and it was also that they could attempt to control what was going on in the Von Braun. We know what happens to people when they try around these parts. The lovers also plan to escape via an escape pod and sit the little eepy weepy I want sleepy pods for 30 years, and boom, home sweet home, and you survived the worms.
Don't stop, Rebecca. Keep moving. Get to the escape pods on the command deck. We'll take off, set the toaster to wake us up in 30 years, and we'll be back on Earth before you know. A toaster built for two, baby. That's our next stop. Sound good? So let's do it. I won't take any excuses.
And you know, Delacroix just hitting you with the deets on how to get Shodan to take over the data loop that Xerxes got going on.
If we can reprogram the sim units and divert power to the transmitter on Deck 5, my new friend will be able to regain control of the primary data loop from Xerxes. She, it, says that will let us use the bridge elevator and take control of the ship.
Onwards to level 5. Oh, hi-ho! It's me! You won't miss me!
Delacroix, it's me, Cortez. We're locked in here. Hey, who are you? Shit.
Okay, bye! So this is the part of the game where things get a little scrunky bunk hunky dunk, alright? In order to progress, we need to A, find the key cards that are necessary to get around, B, interact with select digital paintings in order to form an entire code. Will you know which digital paintings in order to fuck with to get this code? No? You'd better start searching, honey. Mama knows. And you haven't been very diligent, have you? You'd better start searching now. Ugh. Be happy you listen and don't have ADHD, because I got here for the first time and I was wandering for hours. Then, once you get the codes and— oh, Jesus Christ! What are you? So anyway, slam the power back on, get up on the upper floor in the athletic center, slam the numbers into that keypad, 14106. You give the AI Gaudy Mommy her Xerxes munchies, and then, boom! Deck 6 is up and ready for you. You know the spiel by now, homie. Delacroix lets me know through the funny playback voices in my head that Shodan actually has been saving her life. That and telling her about us, the player, among other things, like trying to take Xerxes down.
Mon petit, there is something you should know about. I have received information from some form of artificial intelligence that is calling itself Shodan. Yes, Shodan. Wherever this intelligence actually came from, it has a terrible grudge against these annelids and has saved my life more than once. Shodan has told me that there is a UNN operative aboard the ship, armed to the hilt and equipped with R-grade cyber implants. Strange bedfellows, eh?
For the most part, level 5 is just set dressing and letting you know what the gimmick for progression is out here. As soon as you pop your head out, Shodan wants blood!
My creation has run rampant. I demand their extermination. I have no choice
but to destroy this starship.
On level 6, you gotta do some wandering around until you find the access card back on level 4. Oh shit, the lovers! Wait, come back! Shit, they're actually taking off. Well, I guess I got a card. Not the one I'm looking for, but it's progression regardless. Oh, hey! There's the card I need! I was looking for that. My legs have a special power. They have the power to backtrack to level 4! Xerxes is gonna go bye-bye. Not yet, though. Gotta run my ass down to engineering again. Oh, hey, more monsters. Progression! I have bullets. I have a code. I have hands. Shodan has power. Okay, so that means we get to go back to the Rickenbacker, right? After all of that shit? No! It's time for the hand of Mama to commit extended filicide! Let's get it! Man! Of course they got shields that... Oh, I forgot. Wait, a key card? But where? Oh, it was here! Fuck me! Sometimes when running the game over and over between a decent chunk of time, I'm able to remember where to go mostly. Then there's shit like this that makes me go, wait, was I supposed to be here? I love my brain. It pleases me and gives me many problems. Back to the shuttle, turn it off, commit annelid murder, and... Woman! Fuck, man. Thankfully to my true mother, Shodan has already hit me with the ability to fuck over the shield generator. Cause this is one of the 2 necessary hacking spots in the entire game. Unless you carry ice picks, which hack for you, but you don't need it on this one. Trust me. Hack it, get the shit from it, blow that baby carrier up, and...
Do not presume to go in there, insect. Proceed to the umbilical immediately. I will not abide disobedience.
Oh, this is Delacroix. They're both dead.
They've got me now, and Shodan has abandoned me. I'm not surprised. I've discovered her plans for the faster-than-light drives. Her will is only matched by her imagination. If she gains access to the...
I hope you enjoyed our little rebellion, irritant. But remember what Shodan gives.
She is more than able to take away.
Yeah, she actually robs you of modules because of this little room. Steep cost, but hey, you get as much to offset the cost. Okay, so it's finally my chance to- Whoa, fuck! Okay, finally, time to get to the Fuck! Eat a dick! Your brain is made of paper mache and pseudo-intellectual Reddit threads! Okay, log hours. So, one thing's for certain, and it's made its way into what we just fought. Korenchkin has fully become one with the many, and his promise led him to becoming that. It should be mentioned that once you're slowly walking your ass towards the many, it gets weirder. Not only is your body both physically and mentally shifting and changing to fit their needs, but also, even in your dreams, there's something to keep your transformation complete. You dream in unison. You change to be a union. There is always us and them.
They've cut off the central elevator. What's going on? Last night I had the strangest dream. I was in my room by myself. But all of a sudden, there was not just me there, but 100 me's, 1,000 me's. The strange thing was, it felt good. I felt like I was part of something. Like I belong. I hope I have the same dream tonight.
William is a surprising case considering that everyone else has been morphed in some way, shape, or form, but him? He's still fucking kicking. He's still alive in a number of ways.
I am a soldier and a simple man. I cannot explain what has happened to me or this mission. I take complete responsibility. I brought danger to my ship, to my crew, to my honor. I cannot resist the changes that are happening to me. The call of the many is seductive. They got Korechkin, but that bastard is weak. I am not weak. I can resist this cancer. And if I cannot, I will remove it forcibly. God save the UNN.
Okay, finally, we're moving on. Fuck. What's the mission? Destroy the eggs? Oh, baby, I got you. There's 15 of those ominous New Age analyte eggs. There's 15 of those ominous New Age analyte eggs that we gotta bust before we can move on to the Rickenbacker. Because if not, we're fucked later on. So it's a high priority to Shodan that they're gone. So overall, being here is actually pretty straightforward if you're keeping an eye out and being as ADHD as I play. Also, William Diego hits you up here. And sure, he's fucked up, but hey, it'd be nice to see him.
Soldier, this is Captain William Diego. There isn't much time, so you must listen. I have the unique advantage of seeing this whole situation from every imaginable perspective. Until recently, I was a pawn of those vile and disgusting creatures, those corruptors of mind and body. I've managed to cleanse myself of their putrescence, but I've been severely compromised in the process. I'm in the sickbay on the foredeck of the Rickenbacker. I would come to you if I could, but that's an impossibility. You'll understand when we meet. Now get to it. And soldier, stay alive.
15 eggs later, a little conversation with the many and a radioactive collection launched, and it's time to move further into the Rickenbacker. Yeah, the story's getting lighter and lighter here, so I'm moving as fast as I can. Even as I'm, speaking these lines out to you, I'm on a time crunch, so with me. Mama Shodan loves me. Yes, she does.
I thought Polito would be my avatar, but Polito was weak. It was I who chose you. And I, who had a robotic servant render your form unconscious. I then completed you with cybernetic grace. Your flesh, too, is weak. But you have potential. Every implant exalts you. Every line of code in your subsystems elevates you from your disgusting flesh. Perhaps you have potential. Perhaps once we have erased my wayward children from existence, we can examine the possibilities of a real alliance.
The bridge of the Rickenbacker has some imagery. The many are done being nice. It's time for the flesh gloves to come off and reveal more flesh, whereas Shodan is effectively giving your head a little massage and thinking you could be a decent avatar, and therefore, you know, things between Goggles and her for an alliance could work out. Diego's here in some sense. If this is what happens when you try to remove them. God, just God. Diego leaves his keycard with you to pick up a weapon that I have never used. Is it any good? Are there any exotic build users out there? Comment down below. Tell me. Are your weapons good? Are they cool? Are they fun? Please. Move on a little more, and we're almost done. The journey is coming to a close, and the many are soon to be few in time. So, what do we gotta do to de-many the many and make them the fractured? Fly a shuttle straight into that bitch! Here we are.
The many hold sway here. Even I cannot maintain contact. You are on your own, human. Fail me not.
The many in its disgusting center. It's more annoying than anything since it's easy to get lost and it's not entirely clear on what you need to do. And that's why you'll have a little me. Don't you love me? If not, I understand. Please, at least play Legend of Legacy, or Freedom Planet, or Vanilla. Maybe even Breath of Fire 5, Dragon. The point of getting through the many and its core is destroying these fleshy things. They open these sphincter doors Oh, that shit's hella disgusting, man. What the fuck? Also, there were people in here. People trying to understand what any of this was or what it was about, and obviously, people died here. A lot of people are dead here, and it's more surprising that people were trying to, like, make little campsites here. Oh yeah, by the way, if you don't have good ways to damage the many and their kind, have fun here, cause this shit sucks. Once you made your way through the flesh doors, the teeth, bugs, flies, women, and hot dog water, you gotta rush to kill the core of the many, which I do. Explode. Thank you! Fuck! What? Come on, man! This is just embarrassing! Come on! Finally! Hot dog water slide! Why? Yeah, Mommy is evil and trying to make her way into the real world and dominate. Who would have guessed?
Thank you for running my errands, puppet. I know you have struggled, but I never had any intention of destroying the Von Braun. The Von Braun's faster-than-light drive can be used to create pockets of proto-reality.
I am now using it to modify reality
to my own specifications. The process shall not take long. If it sounds unpleasant to you, put your mind at ease, insect. You will not survive to see my new world order.
Huh. That hole looks oddly familiar. Before you go, there's these little logs left by Delacroix. She warns you of Shodan, what she could do, and the shit she's done to modify the specifications of the Von Braun and its technology to her specifications.
If you are receiving this, I am already dead. When I realized Shodan had betrayed me, I integrated these comments into her primary data loop. Shodan has exploited the warping capability of the Von Braun's faster-than-light device for her own purposes. The device works by altering space around the ship to fairly arbitrary specifications. Shodan has altered it to her specifications. The effect is rather small now, but spreads with alarming speed. Soon it will reach Earth. You are in her world now, her memories, and her rules. Watch your back.
Oh shit, it's Medical from System Shock 1! Yeah, it's just the entire first portion of Med, and that's the final area of the game. A cute little callback via Shodan and her memories. It's nothing too threatening. I do find it adorable that the cyborg assassins are semi-transparent to call back to how those motherfuckers would jump you, and had no noise to indicate that they were on your cake. The cameras even behave like they do in the first game. Nothing happens to my knowledge if you destroy them all, but then again, this area isn't that big to begin with, so what would even be the point? Explore, find some secrets here and there, don't get blasted by geometry, and listen to 2 more logs about Shodan, the means to defeat her.
You are near the seat of Shodan's power. You will probably not be able to defeat her, but there is no choice. Remember to focus on your strengths. She will be vulnerable to your weaponry and your psionic powers. I've been able to introduce some assistance in the form of virtual terminals that you can hack into. They should help you defeat the monster.
And the stakes of what's at cost.
You must understand the stakes here. If Shodan is left to continue, her reality will completely assimilate ours. Space will become cyberspace, and Shodan's whims will become reality.
Saving yourself and the few survivors that are left, or watching as Shodan rewrites reality itself to her needs and her wants.
You are no longer welcome here. Nuisance. Why do you stay when you sense my displeasure? I have suffered your company long enough. It is time for our dance to end.
Okay, so this fight is either easy as hell or annoying. Point is, you have to hack into terminals, of which there are 3, in order to lower the shields on Shodan while walking Shodans come over and zap you, and the floor can also zap you, if you save the ice picks like I did.
I feel your fear.
God damn! AI Mother tries to bargain with you and wants to, like, creep into your interface, get in your brain. You like women in your brain, right?
Nah.
Man! That is the single best line in any video game ever. Fix the ship and let's get on over to the lovers to tease a game that will never come out. Seriously, it's been 5 years since that trailer came out. Come on, bro! Fuck! It's never coming out, man. Maybe we'll see. But hey, more of Systems 2 to talk about for now until that fateful day. So, I've mentioned I have ADHD a couple of times by now, and this game is something that soothes that part of my brain, since Systems 1 and Systems 2 have the same loop of explore, pillage, progress. You wander around the desolate stations of the Von Braun and Rickenbacker. You look through each and every explorable crevice for little items that you can use. Maybe find a key card or a log that'll let you progress. And you shoot shit that tries to come your way and make you uncomfortable. Then you get to pillage the corpse and find some cigarettes, wine, and shotgun shells. Great game. Love this game flow so much. Mwah. Now, the thing about Systems 2 is that, as I've stated earlier, this is an immersive sim, a jungle gym of a game that allows your own player creativity and curiosity to shine. There are a lot of interactable things in this game. For example, hacking. You can use it to fuck with cameras, open up boxes I don't care about, changing the vendors to get new items or cheaper prices, and probably get some other things I've either not entirely engaged with or even figured out. Hell, even simple things like the way your guns work have been modified to feel more involved. Instead of just picking up a gun and being able to use it out the gate, you have to spec into that weapon line before you can use it. Say, for instance, my baby, the laser rapier, you need to have an energy of 4 and an agility of 3 to use it. Yep, we got stats! This shit's an RPG now! And the stats are pretty self-explanatory, and to give you a very quick rundown of Systems 2, this game is build heaven to an extent. See, if you're like me, you like to think about video games, and when you think about video games, you begin to ponder the ideas of how to engage with certain systems a bit more. Maybe doing a specific route you biffed in a fighter? Maybe trying out a new build in a game that I've played once or twice. There might be a new party setup I could run in Leg of Leg, or maybe there's a weapon setup I haven't considered yet in 0-2. Possibly some string and vagrant story I've overlooked that could be crazy useful for one reason or another. Point is, I love open-ended games, and Systems 2 has that, but the game will actively punish you for trying to be a specialist. Sure, I've tried on hard, but even when getting into research, which does help out a lot, trust me, 25% bonus damage makes a difference, it was still a struggle. There are a variety of enemy types that all have effective ammunitions to use against them. Why yes, your guns not only have secondary modes you can switch on the fly, but you've also got 3 different ammo types per normal gun. Now, mismanagement of your resources can bite you in the ass if you're not careful, because dealing with enemies that can, and will, smack your ass so hard that the many converge into one singular ass tap. So like, imagine 1,000 creepy horror guys smacking your ass at once with a shotgun hand. Or this fucking thing. I don't know, man. So when you're playing Systems 2, it's better to think less of trying to specialize and hard lock into one thing, but more how you can expand yourself and make your own version of being well-rounded. Like, having a build of guns, heavy weapons, and energy weapons is gonna be the peak of Systems 2. You literally cannot beat the grenade launcher. But nothing should stop you from taking this game and melding it to your own specifications. Shit, man, if you want to run side with a grenade launcher as backup, then go ahead, have at it. Do you want to find out if those exotic weapons are ass or if they've got an actual use? Then go for it. Long as you hog up those cybernetic modules and even find some of them around the station, you'll be more than set to take on the game and make Shodan not. You can find a lot of these little goodies here and there, whether they be restoratives, curatives, or even these little juice box looking motherfuckers that juice your stats and make you better. In a game like Systems 2, there are some that are significantly better than others, but that shouldn't stop you from engaging with what's here. Just like in Systems 1, there's equipment and those little amps are powered by electronics, so those need to be charged every now and again along with your guns. Back to weapons for a minute. Can you tell that there's a lot to spring at you in a moment's notice? Teehee. Back to weapons for a minute. All of your ranged weapons have durability, and while they don't malfunction as the quality goes down, they'll certainly get closer to jamming. Now, if you're trying to fix your jammed equipment, you need to spec into repairing, and to do that, you now gotta play the mini-game similar to hacking. Just make sure not to gamble on the red squares. That'll fuck up your equipment worse than you had it. Or, in the case of your jammed weapon, breaking it! Now, if you like that gun and had it upgraded, this is where you start crying and backtrack to pick up another gun that doesn't have those upgraded capabilities. You poor, stupid, and sad bastard. I feel bad for you. Would you like a blanket and a nice sad video game to while the time away? I hear Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Gates to Infinity is pretty sad. Oh, who am I kidding? I know, I played it. It's amazing. I was crying for 5 minutes straight. Please try to make sure you're keeping your maintenance skills up to snuff and you're holding onto those maintenance modules nice and tucked into your back pocket. Systems 2 overall as a gameplay experience is something that is both simultaneously soothing and something to be excited over. Whether it be you're fucking with something you didn't before and you're seeing how far you can take it, or you're just doing a casual run, redoing a build you had before and just cruising by. Swear to God, that Systems in general is so good for that. Such fun and comfy ass games to just play, and you don't gotta engage with all of it to enjoy it at the core. Find what you like, maximize it while having something on the side to cover yourself, and boom, you're golden for the game. To combo with that vibe, the music is so good, man. Ooh. Systems 2's OST hits that vibe of 80s and 90s horror vibes that makes me remember that I love good-ass ambience. Holy shit, dude. Sure, there are some tracks that are loud, bumpin' and shit I could probably overlay it over a combo or 3, and you'd think it partially belonged in a CMV. Like Engineering. It's a track that plays in this specific part of, well, engineering. And it's fast, it's energetic, and I think the mood they were trying to imbue you was a rush towards Polito, a mad dash towards the elevator. Medsci 1 is the low-key track that starts out pretty quiet and builds up to this high-energy EDM track to not only signify the coming danger, but the action that follows. This track goes hard when you're actually blitzing through Med. However, on the other hand, once you make your way into the other wing of Med, you get Med Psi 2, which is quiet, foreboding, and bereft of that high you were just on. There is danger here. There is nothing but remnants and anomalies. And monkeys. There's also this gentle yet ominous tech noise in the background. Could it be disruption? Could it be that something is watching you? Xerxes? Shodan? Ooh. Then there's Hydro 2. So oppressive and cold. It's like the air that surrounds the place is coming down on you, and the annelids are really beginning to crack down on you. There's so much menace to this track. It always makes me smile. Just like how I think this game is calming, I think the music by extension adds to it. There's nothing like it in this game that just kinda makes the entire trek through the Von Braun or the Rickenbacker more comfy and lived in, despite, you know. It don't extend to the music either. Even without the music, this game's atmosphere is masterclass. It's so empty and cold. The use of synths, I think, to emphasize the very state of this fucking station. Woo!
Oh, yes.
I love synths. They're very cool. I love how this game plays. I love the way this game looks. I love the way this game sounds. I love this game, man. Oh, it's so good. Sound is how you'll hear fucking enemies and how you'll know what's around the corner, like those fucking eggs, man! Sound not only makes the experience what it is, but it molds you into a more cautious and attentive individual in this game, because if there's anything I can say about these enemies, you never want them to jump you. So many things about Systems 2 just culminates into an experience that is not only incredibly engaging, endlessly replayable, somehow incredibly soothing, and fucking fun, dude. System Shock is fun, and I will never let that go. Whether it be the small things I respond to, or the most outward reactions I can muster while playing a Shock game. Shock will always be here, and even if there's only like 3 games, I'm still here for it, no matter the time. Happy 25th, System Shock 2, and a happy birthday to my silly ass. I'll see you nerds next time. Back to my nerd cave.